What's going on? It's your boy Tom Magnus here, and this is something new. I thought I would start talking about football, actual football, rather than just doing FIFA videos. So we'll see if this is actual thing. And today's topic I'm gonna go with is also covering obviously the matches today, mainly FA Cup. Uh, Talking about what's going to happen there. Is the FA Cup actually relevant? But mainly, I wanted to talk about Leicester City as they, in their fixture today, FA Cup fixture against Millwall, 10-man Millwall beat Leicester City, the current champions of the Premier League. You wouldn't know that based off the way they've been playing this season, as they look like a championship team. They look like the team that everyone thought the season before were going to be in a relegation battle. Instead, it happened 1 year. They had a delayed reaction, and now they're looking like a relegation team. Like, literally a relegation team. As, I mean, it's not solely just because of this 1-0 to Millwall defeat, but it's a mixture of the fact that they are only just off the relegation zone. Hence, right, look, 21. They're on 21 points. They're 1 point above the relegation zone, above Hull City, who are under Marco Silva, who are starting to do really well. Hull are looking at a good team. Hull have actually brought in players who look decent in January, and I mean, what did Leicester buy? Ndidi, They paid a lot of money for this guy from freaking Genk or wherever it was, and he's another player who I presume they are trying to make him out as the next Kante or whatever. But I'm sorry, but that's not going to work. To be frank, and it's not even just in the middle of the park they have their problems. It's defensively. Morgan and Huth are like two planks of wood at the back who can't move, and you've got this Chilwell lad who they play at left back, and he's absolutely terrible. I can't remember what game it was I saw him playing. He literally like gave the ball away every chance, and he was playing today. Well, I'm not sure if the lineup, it doesn't say today and that, but that doesn't even matter. Like, this Wasilewski guy is pretty awful. Oh well, he must have came on for someone, for a Huth or someone. But regardless of that, but you look at the team and it's not exciting anymore. This Musa hasn't set the world on fire, and I mean more importantly, you've got Vardy and Mahrez who aren't doing anything. So you thought, oh well, they keep them two, they're gonna be fine. But if they're playing like crap, their team is nothing. But the thing is, last year the whole team was playing well. It's like no one is really playing well for Leicester. Okazaki, I think, is a good player. Can't really fault him. Mark Albrighton, not a great player, but he sort of gives us all. Marty, very disappointed. I haven't seen him do anything good ever. Zila, not a very good keeper, to be honest. Obviously Peter Schmeichel's a good keeper. Fuchs, even Christian Fuchs hasn't been very good this season. But I mean, I could go on all day say how Jimmy Vardy hasn't been very good this season. Okazaki is probably one of the few players who sort of plays well, and yet even he. Well, you look at all the teams at the bottom, they're all there for a reason. It's because they let in too many goals and don't score enough goals. Which is this maybe Middlesbrough, who are quite good in defence and yet do not score enough goals. So they could be dragged into this relegation battle. Swansea, yet again, they're not necessarily out of it yet, but they're 4 points off it now. And if they continue the form with Paul Clements, I don't know what's his name. Yeah, regardless, Swansea have looked much better, and yet again they had the players. Llorente has been pulling through. Sigurdsson has been an absolute star the whole of the season, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sigurdsson gets a big move to a team of the caliber of. I'm surprised Everton didn't go in for him. I know they were linked to them. Everton or Liverpool or Tottenham. Someone doesn't go in. Arsenal? No, probably not. He probably wouldn't get in the Arsenal midfield. But Swansea, really good. Looking too good to go down. Sunderland and Palace are probably two, I would say. Are two. I say they're too bad to stay up. They're not good enough to stay up. Yeah, they're not good enough to stay up, but they're so bad that they kind of have to get relegated. But even Sunderland have been doing better of late. But then you say that they win 4-0 and they'll get beat 4-0 the week after. So it's very interchangeable. It's who knows who's gonna go down. I honestly think Leicester probably deserve to get relegated, and which is ridiculous because the amount of money they've spent. I mean, Slimani, where's he been playing anything? And people saying Ranieri should get sacked. I mean, he won them the league, but you've got to say, if he gets them relegated, should he really still be the manager? I think. And that's pretty much all I've got to say about Leicester. I just think so bad, and the coming fixtures that they have do not do them any favours whatsoever. They've got Sevilla in the Champions League on Wednesday, and they don't have any chance there because, and people use that as an excuse. Oh, but they're doing so well in the Champions League. Oh, that was like 4 games like months ago. They shouldn't have any problem with that now. Is the squad still tired from those games that were over a month ago, before Christmas or whenever it was? Like literally, the teams they were playing in their group, they had pretty much the easiest group. And I mean, they were playing FC Copenhagen at Schopenhaven then and stuff. And it's like Sevilla is a team who won the Europa. They've won it more times than anyone else. well, at least the past few years, it feels like they've won it every year. They definitely won it last year against Liverpool. I know that for sure. I'm pretty sure they won it the year before. So they haven't got any chance against Sevilla, who were doing really well. Or last time I saw they were doing really well in La Liga. So I don't see any chance against them. So that game's a write-off. And the next Premier League game is against Liverpool, which, to be honest, unless Liverpool absolutely shit the bed and lose that, I don't know how they lose that. And then after that, Hull, and then after that, not a game away at Arsenal. Which, maybe. The way Arsenal, the 5-1, you know. Maybe they got a chance, but it just seems too difficult, and the players have no fight in them anymore. Yeah, Sevilla are second in La Liga, but ahead of Barca, although they have played. Well, Barca have a game in hand, as do Real Madrid. Real Madrid have 2 games then, apparently. But either way, Sevilla, a real team. I'm not saying Leicester aren't a real team, but they certainly weren't playing real teams before. And yeah, and the running in the league doesn't look any better. And what's the final game is away at Bournemouth, and they've still got to play Man City, Tottenham, West Brom, Everton. I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of games left, but that's a lot of games. There's actually not that many games left there in the league, to be honest. So, the funny thing is, they're actually going to have to, if they want to stay up. And it's almost like, I don't know if they can do it. The team is like completely given up. It's because they won the league last year, obviously, and they used to all be on 40 grand, whatever, 40, 50 grand a week. Now they're all on 100 grand a week. And they all got like Bentleys or something off the owners of Leicester City. And it's like, what motivation do they have? Because they know they can never do better. And yet, all these players are going to, if they get relegated, no one's going to be like, oh, Danny Simpson, God, I need to sign him quickly. Oh, Wes Morgan, not Wes Morgan. Yeah, it is Morgan. I need to sign him. It's like, oh, Mahrez by you, and even then they're getting much less money. So maybe it would have been better if they just sold Vardy and Mahrez as well. Because I mean, could it have really been much worse? I mean, they haven't really done anything for them this year, but they should have bought better players in the summer, and then they should have also done a saviour, tried to pull things around in January, but then they haven't really done that, have they? So yeah, it's shocking, really. And in the other FA Cup games, we have Burnley, who were knocked out by Lincoln City. Now, I saw the end of this game, and I have to say, to be honest, the game was quite exciting. Even without the goal, I was kind of just like, come on, Burnley, you just got to score. They're a non-league team. It's easy, like literally pop a ball up to Andre Gray, and every time they were doing this, I mean, Burnley didn't deserve to win, but I mean, Lincoln had, I think that was their only shot on target with that header. And I have to blame the Burnley defenders for the goal there. I know people might be like, oh, it's just great, it's great. Lincoln City have gone against the odds, and Burnley weren't playing a terrible. They didn't have the worst side out. They may not have had the best side out. I mean, to be honest, I don't know where Defoe, Goodmanson, I don't know if they were all injured. And then people complain about Joey Barton because he stamped on someone and he was acting himself a little bit. Fair enough. I agree. But yeah, Leicester City, Lincoln City deserve to be there, and it's sad that my team isn't there. And we had a bit of a nothing game. Huddersfield, Man City. I say not enough. I thought this was going to be quite an exciting game because Huddersfield is starting to do quite well in the Championship. They might be able to knock out Man City, but we go to replay, which is probably the worst thing for Man City. I mean, Guardiola probably doesn't give two shits about the FA Cup, nor does anyone else, which is one of the things. Like today, I would have much preferred Premier League. Like every other sane human being, I just want to watch Premier League football. I just want to see the main games, and then Champions League, and then maybe a couple of the top teams in Europe, maybe a Bayern, maybe a Barca, once in a while. But yeah, so this was kind of boring in comparison. And you have Chelsea won comfortably against Wolves. Admittedly, it would 2-0 isn't a complete demolition. And Wolves, considering the league form, 2-0 is not that bad. Costa scored a nice goal. Nothing too bad there. But yeah, back to the Lincoln City. Bloody hell, I keep calling them Leicester City. Lincoln City goal. The Burnley defenders. There was a lot of players on the line where they could have just jumped and the ball wouldn't have gone. Like, what, you have the people on the line to jump, to stop the ball going in. And yet they were all just sort of looking at each other like, oh, the keeper's going to get it. And then when the keeper went in, he was inside his own goal trying to keep the ball out, and it was like, what? So that actually annoyed me, more than it annoyed me how bad they were, and they did deserve to get beat by a non-league team, which is the first time in 103 years that a non-league team has got to the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. So that's great. I don't really want to watch Lincoln City play someone, because what you got today against Burnley there was no real football. Like, you know what I mean? If someone wants to watch Premier League football, you're not used to watching such boring. You might be if you're a Sunderland fan or a Hull fan or whatever. Like down at the bottom, you might be. Even that's not as bad. At least you get excitement out of them games. You get goals at the bottom of the Premier. You don't just get like crap. That was, and yeah, it was exciting. There was a bit of feistiness, quite between the fact. But anyway, and then the other games. Yeah, we said Millwall, Leicester. Forget Leicester. To be honest, Leicester annoyed me last year because they didn't actually play well in a lot of games, and yet they still won. I suppose that's what teams at the bottom do, but it was more the way they were like making it out like the best team ever because they sat back and then they popped a long ball to Vardy and then scored. And if you can do it, great. It's not great watching, is it? At the end of the day, Danny Drinkwater is not a world-class player, nor is Jamie Vardy. So, you know what I mean. You did get a bit of flair from Mars every now. But then the other game, Borough, Oxford United, 3-2. I believe Borough scored quite late, 86 minutes. Stuani scored to take Borough through. And, I mean, I think that's a good thing because I mean, I don't want another nothing team in the latter stages because it does get exciting. It does actually start to matter towards the end. It's like you don't want to watch the first round or the first couple of rounds of the FA Cup do not matter at all. It does start to matter more towards the end. And as I said, a bit unlucky there for Oxford United, but I also wanted them to be knocked out because they knocked out Newcastle. But why was that? That was because Newcastle didn't put a real team out. And obviously Newcastle didn't play today, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it wasn't a bad day. Football could have been a lot worse. I saw a bit of the Bayern game, which I believe I saw Hertha Berlin scored, and that ended up 1-1. So not a whole lot else. And then tomorrow we have some alright games, don't we? Tomorrow, oh yeah, we've got Man United Blackburn, unless that's Monday. Yes. Yeah, Fulham Tottenham as well. Should be a decent one. Actually, quite a lot of championship teams. But anyway, there's gonna be Sutton Arsenal on Monday. Yeah, you're right. Fulham Tottenham tomorrow, 2 o'clock GMT. Not for me though. Hour ahead. Blackburn Rovers Man United, nearly half 4, 4:15, and then 8 o'clock. Oh no, on a Monday, yeah. Sutton United Arsenal, 5 to 8 GMT again. And honestly, predictions for them games: Spurs win, Man United win, Arsenal win. Like Fulham maybe could if Tottenham put out a terrible team, and I mean they only just beat Wickham in the previous round. Man United actually doing pretty well. They did well in Europa. Zlatan, I don't know if they might save Zlatan. They probably don't need Zlatan. And Blackburn are down the bottom, not doing anything too exciting. Sutton, nah, I mean realistically, they're playing Arsenal. They're not playing Burnley. Might think Burnley and Arsenal is pretty much the same thing. Would Burnley get beat 5-1 by Bayern? Probably, to be honest. So yeah, that's my summing up of the football today, and basically I'll be watching the football tomorrow, hopefully playing some more FIFA videos on the way. And do you think Leicester City will actually get relegated? Do you think the FA Cup actually matters? Do you think it's actually exciting? I would say towards the end, yes, it does. And I would say Leicester City, they have every right to get relegated. I think they kind of deserve to get relegated. Any Leicester fans listen to this, I don't hate Leicester, but you have to admit you've been playing so bad that you've justified getting relegated basically, and the team has just had no fight. Like they have no fight. Like when you had Pearson, you had the fight to stay up that year, and then the fight. But this time it doesn't look as rosy. It doesn't look as good, and there's a lot of teams in the fight, and the ones that have changed the managers actually look quite decent, namely Hull and Swansea. But that's pretty much it. Crystal Palace. Fuck Palace. I hate Palace. I want them to get relegated. I almost hate Palace as much as Sunderland just because of Alan Pardew and Allardyce. I guess if any Eagles fans watching this, I don't actually hate Palace. I just kind of want the team to do badly because of all the ex-Newcastle things that are there. And ex-Sunderland as well, so yeah. But anyway, this has been Tommy Magnus. More FIFA, more stuff on the way. Subscribe, say if this is anything of interest. Maybe do some more discussion, topical football videos as well. Maybe before do something after the Champions League games, because they should be good this week. More interest in the FA tomorrow, so they probably won't do it. Peace out, Tom.
僕はセックス大好きいつもセックス毎日やりたいセックスチンコをマンコに入れたいな気持ちいいな入れたい鼻血が出るほどいいマンコは気持ちいいぬるぬるしていいプルンプルンもしもしセックス please 僕はセックス大好きチンコが硬い I love sex I love you でもやっぱりマンコが一番ぬるぬる毎日入れたいなケツの穴にも入れたいかもしれないな I love sex every day 僕はセックス大好き一番大好きセックスやりたいな少しだけマンコをペロペロ少しだけマンコをペロペロ少しだけマンコをペロペロ少しだけマンコをペロペロ僕はセックス大好きいつもセックス毎日やりたいセックスチンコをマンコに入れたいな気持ちいいな入れたい僕はファミリーマートで立ち読み毎日セックスマジやりたい Give me セックス僕はセックスやりたい生麦生米生ハメ中出し中出し中出し大好き中出し中出し中出し大好きもしもしセックス please I love セックスもしもしセックス please I love セックス僕はチンコをマンコに入れてルルルルルルルルしたいんだよルルルルルルルルおいしいマンコルルルルおいしいマンコ僕はセックス大好き